Hello and welcome to the very first YouTube video of 2022. Now, probably everybody knows this already, but the Godot engine is a completely free and open source game engine designed to give users the tools that they need to create their own virtual worlds. Now, since it's completely free, there isn't actually a whole lot of revenue going into this project, although they have had some very good success with the Patreon, and they've had some very big donations like from Mozilla and some specific games companies, and altogether that allows them to maintain a very small team of about 3 paid full-time developers. Now that is not many people. However, it's really the Godot engine user base which has been supporting this engine to being a fully competent alternative to the massive engines like Unity and Unreal. The vast majority of code commits are actually contributed by non-paid developers. They just decide to contribute because they can, I guess. Now, if you're a developer from pretty much any background, it's very easy to just check up on the issues page now and then, see if anything catches your eye and attempt some nice challenges. If you're very new to programming, there are some very, very simple tasks you can do. There's little bug fixes here and there, some quality of life changes, like change the size of this bar, that kind of thing. And these are usually labeled with the tag junior job. If you're more experienced with programming and software development, you probably already know full well there is a serious demand for your expertise in actually most open source projects, but especially projects like Godot, which are extremely volatile and actively developed. However, programming on the engine itself is really only one way to contribute to the Godot engine. The engine only exists because of its massive community, and maintaining a community requires a lot of work. In fact, I would even go so far as to say that the community around the Godot engine is more important to its success than the specific handful of software engineers who actually build the thing. Now, that's not to say that they aren't important. Juan, Akians, I love you. I've got a lot of unpublishable fanfiction regarding you and I, but without the active and constantly evolving community of game developers who just love using the engine, the core development team would be very sad and very bored. At this point in the video, I am assuming that you are feeling the Godot hype for this year. If you're not, I advise rewatching the first 2 or 3 minutes of this video, but this time really try to channel that excitement. So, what can you do to support the Godot engine? Now, I think pretty much everybody has something they can contribute. I mean, everybody has some skills. I mean, if you don't have the ability to contribute code, you can create tutorial materials. You can teach people how to use the engine, you can specifically mentor people, you can hang out on forums, you can just get more people using the engine. If you're already a developer yourself in the engine, just keep making games, that's cool. If you run into a bug, just remember to make a bug report so it goes recorded. You could get a tattoo of the Godot mascot. You could post about why it's better than the Unity mascot. You could recommend this to new users on forums, which I already mentioned. You could leave a Steam review. You could join the monthly Godot Wild Jam. You could livestream yourself developing a Godot game with one hand tied behind your back. Basically, if you're seeing the same game engine that I'm seeing, this is a really phenomenal piece of software. Over enough time, I am completely confident that this will one day become the de facto game engine. Just as Blender eventually phased out the other 3D modeling softwares, that was just because it had a free software license and an active community, and that combination really can only allow the software to keep growing. So thanks for watching, and stay tuned for more videos about the Godot engine, because as you may have noticed by now, I really, really like this engine. Goodbye.